Niggas always arguing can't progress. That's my acronym for the NAACP. Mr. Taboo Williams. Nigga who told me
tell you what it sound like
he
now.
won't support me because I'm too much of a rebel. That's what you said, president of the NAACP? You sound like you work for white people.
I got some good salad. The Black Outreach Ministry provides.
Crestview, Florida.
Mama.
Dude, I forgot. You and Herman fakely.
What I just say?
You know that is, don't you? Mr. Fakely. They picked you up the next day and took you to the airport, remember?
That's what I was doing before. Then that's what happened. I came home.
Commercial for the NAACP. Niggas always arguing can't progress. That's my acronym for the NAACP. Mr. Taboo Williams. Nigga who told me.
People in Crestview, guess what I'm talking about?
A rebel. That's what you said, president of the NAACP? You sound like you work for white people. Oh yeah, Taboo Williams, Crestview, Florida. You do. I forgot. You and Herman fakely. You know that is, don't you, Mr. Fakely? Y'all, hey, let's check this out. People on YouTube, I was asleep today in my Chevy, and some cats came to my window talking about they see me on YouTube. Like I woke up in my dream and they were talking about they see me on YouTube, and that was funny to me. So apparently somebody is watching. So people in Crestview, check this out. Y'all know me, man. I always been a little bit out of there, man, a little bit outrageous. But now, y'all get to see it all. So, let me tell y'all the truth, man. My mama, I love my mama. I love Bobby. I just don't like the way they sound when they be talking to me. They, you know, they do everything else for everybody else in the world, but when it comes to me, we cannot communicate.
220.
Such is life.
Grandmama.
You see me shrugging my shoulders, that mean I don't care. That's what my mama doing when I was talking to her. She's shrugging her shoulders and shit. Mama, pay attention. I went to school for psychology too. I studied body language.
People on YouTube. It's 6:56. I gotta go in the house with my grandmama. This movie is called You Don't Get Paid to Think. So let me some theme music, because that's what my mama always said. What is this? It's a word. Imagine that. Imagine you was listening to my very own music at this moment. That's Queen Sheba. CD I produced. What's this on Karan Jamar? Oh, well, that'll have to work.
Where my nigga go? He done disappeared. There you go. My bad. P5E fam right here. Give it up for the villain, Karan Jamar.
So, mama, that's what I sound like when I'm on stage. All right?
How y'all doing? All right. This piece right here is called the Proteus Complex.
Now, grandmama in the house talking about I gotta come in the house
you
now.
have the audacity to step up to a P5E mic, calling yourself some bullshit like Proteus and challenge me, the prototype. You a stereotype, a hype, and I, my friend, am a poetic.
So this is like the last 10 minutes of my life. I gotta go, man. Nicholas, talking to you now. 420. Next, I guess I'm just going to smoke my last good night joint. Niggas don't dance. All they do is this.
They don't dance no more. That's right, player. All they do is.
See, I remember all this stuff.
And verily, verily, I say unto thee that this is speech therapy. And speech therapy in Pensacola is run solely by P5E.
And this here is Karan Jamar, a.k.a. the villain, also known as the franchise. And you battling me lyrically, player, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, even mentally, would not be wise. But you got some pretty big balls.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I must admit, but shit, then you know when I'm at the show, ladies call me Senior Dope Dick. That's why they keep coming back. Because it's just that. No, it's...
Now stop it. You can tell that we do the show because people knew what to say. Just That Good was one of my favorite pieces of all times. And I had girls throwing panties on the stage. Back to the movie.
Just that good.
Ha ha ha. You missed that?
Because it's just that. No, it's just that good. And you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. Actually, the analogy is quite simple. Regardless of how big your balls may be, next to me, it's like overnight you grew 2 pimples. And then rushed down to Cervantes after stopping by the blocks. You said you was shopping for a chicken sandwich, but apparently you must have tripped and stumbled across some rocks. Because I read between the lines of your bullshit rhymes, and the shit you spit was about as tight as a 40-year-old prostitute's box. After she's had 13 kids. Your super ego couldn't even compete with my ego. And let alone my id. Do you realize
that my vocabulary is scarier than America's military? You're better off coming to the show with a tape recorder, a thesaurus, and a dictionary of poetry with Pictionary.
Picasso would come back from the dead and pay to paint my pics. And Stevie would wonder how to paint your fucking poetry.
Well, I figured it out.
Basically because your rhymes ain't about shit.
How to paint my own poetry on YouTube, 654 guy.
But if you can name the tightest and spoken word artists nationwide, we probably already had them. And they've influenced me to the point poetically where I stick my foot so far up your pathetic ass that you'll never be able to shit or spit shit else but Stacey Adams.
Mm-hmm.
You see the shoes?
Mm-hmm.
You see the microphone? That stands for P5E. E, punk MCs for lunch while we smoke blunts.
Mm-hmm.
Careful not to waste worthless blood on precious polo clothes because poets only live once.
Mm-hmm. You hear the crowd?
You, my friend, are on a one-way street, headed in this direction, and I'll try to do my best and crucify you and make sure that there is no resurrection. As for me, I have protection. You still gotta see KP, Big Earl, Justice, B-Money, and the one and only Chescano. And that's like bringing a knife to a gunfight with me.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky Luciano.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me, player, honestly, how ridiculous does it sound for you to be challenging me to slam poetry when you can't even qualify for the second round?
So now, mama, this frame is for you, okay? You're not here. Had a hard day working for white people. Got up this morning, I was happy. Now I'm depressed. Guess what I'm gonna do? Now I gotta be here. I thought I was gonna go chill with some chicks. Remember, the name of this movie is called You Don't Get Paid to Think. Because even though I thought that's what was gonna happen, you left and you didn't tell me, so you're gone now. Do what I always do. Because people on YouTube don't have a life. It's my real life. That's it. It's a wrap. Last 10 minutes of my life. I gotta check out my grandmama. So I might as well drink one more beer. Call her out. 703, man.
West Coast motherfucker. George Bush, George Clinton, Bill Clinton, Chris Farley, Chris Rock, Bob Marley, Rick James, knew how to throw a party.
But if you want to see my real life, you can always go check me out at Karan Jamar. CURLONJAYMAR. Crestviews Ghetto Block Star. Mama, I'm already a rock star. I love being on stage. Abraham Lincoln did not free the slave. Nicholas, you work with white people. I'm serious. Good night.